morning, sir. I am Jerin Rico. I am going to discuss the topic 6 and 7 entitled General Preventive Measures in Controlling Animal Disease and the Rules and Regulations Governing the Handling to Medical Animal Disease. Topic 6. In this topic, we can learn a lot on how to prevent such spread of diseases, on how are we going to treat and care of our farm animals. In preventing such diseases like tuberculosis, pneumonia, and foot and mouth diseases, nga common nga sikit nga present most especially sa mga bigger farms. First, we have to implement a quarantine, most especially if there are visitors on your farm nga gikan sa ubang farm. Kay wala ta kabalo nga naana da ito sila'y mga dalang communicable or transmitted nga mga diseases. Most likely, people are the vectors of disease. Secondly, if ever there are certain animals that are already introduced to a disease, we must have to isolate them or ato silang ilahi to avoid the spread of that certain disease. So, here are the methods of controlling disease: the cleanliness, disinfection, quarantine, pasteurization, vaccination, and destroying ailing animals, and disposal of carcasses. Okay, og naa kay farm, of course, you need to maintain the cleanliness sa imong palibot, most especially sa mga herds where your animals are present or diin sila na locate or gapahuway. Labi na sa ilang mga palakanan, tubig, og mga tools or machineries nga imong gigamit. Secondly, the disinfectant. Same goes na you have also to disinfect before, during, and after nimo gamiton ang herd, mga tools og machineries para ma-eliminate ang mga viral or bacterial diseases nga present sa imong mga galamiton. In disinfection, the two methods in eliminating such disease are through physical or chemical use of disinfection. Igmoingon tag physical, gamit ani niya ang sunlight, heat, electricity, and refrigeration. On the other hand, the chemical disinfection are the use of soap, lime carbolic acid, and phenol, and formaldehyde. Third is the quarantine. This includes the separation of infected animals for the others as well as ang paglahi sa ilang mga drinking vessels and other utensils. The pasteurization or ang pagbalhin sa imong ruminants or animals sa ubang paddocks or your grazing area to help reduce the spread of parasites. Kay ug mugbo na ang sagbot sa imong unang gibutangan sa imuhang animals, dili na kaitlog ang mga peste, kay wala naman sila'y mapuy-an, kay nahurot na ang mga weeds sa imong grazing or pasture area. Fifth, the vaccination, para ang imong animals dili dali magkasakit o matakdan sa mga infectious diseases, kay himsog og kusog na ang ilang resistensya og immunity nga mo fight against sa mga sakit. And lastly, the destroying ailing animals and disposing carcasses o ang pagpatay o pagsunog sa mga may sakit nga baboy para dili na mukalat ang mga infectious diseases nga present sa lawas sa usa ka animal. Principles of immunity. Immunity, the term used for systems of diseases. Types of immunity are the natural immunity and acquired immunity. Natural immunity og infected na ang animals sa bacterial or viral disease. The body will provide antibiotics and nga mo fight back in that certain diseases. Natural immunity are subdivided into two, the species and the individual immunity. And acquired immunity also has two types, the active and passive immunity. The acquired immunity is an immunity response or fight back against foreign substances nga present sa body sa usa ka. Topic 7. The rules and regulations governing the handling communicable animal disease. This regulation, based on the act relating to food production and food safety, seeks to promote good animal health and contribute to good public health and animal welfare by regulating how diseases of animals should be prevented, controlled, restricted, and eradicated. The regulation provide with respect to measures against mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, bees, and bumblebees. It also applies to measure against the transmission of infectious agents between such animals and between such animals and humans. The Article 1, the title, is the Section 1. This order shall be known as the Animal Disease Control Rules and Regulations. For the Article 2, the definitions. Section 2 includes the following: the veterinarians, livestock, inspector, person, animals, large animals, small animals, dangerous communicable animal diseases, positive and negative case suspects, carrier, reactor, vaccinier, herd or flock, negative and positive herd flock, suspect herd or flock, branding or marking, and incurable disease. In the Article 3, from the standpoint of this, is controlled work, do classes of dangerous, communicable animal diseases to be considered. Are they exotic and exotic diseases? Section 3 and 4, the exotic and exotic diseases. For Section 3, exotic diseases refers to the localized disease that are only present in certain location. Section 4, on the other hand, exotic diseases are the diseases that are not present in a country. And Article 4, the scope, quarantine, prevention, and control of any dangerous communicable diseases, including Section 5, is the reporting and investigation of disease. Section 6, handling suspects and exposed animals. Section 7, quarantine, power of the Director of Animal Industry and his duty authorized representative. Section 8, vigilance and surveillance of animals in infected and adjoining barrios. Section 9, the construction and isolation coral and its management. Section 10, Use of animal in quarantine areas. Section 11. In the insurance of work passes, especially in the case of the pest and foot and mouth disease. Section 12. Notification of officials in the neighboring provinces. Section 13. Quarantine in the highways. Section 14. Weekly reports. Section 15. Imposition of carcasses. Section 16. Use of the skin, horns, and other parts of the deceased animals. Prohibited. Section 17. The law, fault traffic. Section 18. Termination of quarantine. Section 19 is the marking and banding of animals found affected with glanders, tuberculosis, contagious abortion, or brucellosis. Section 20. The interprovincial movement of large and small animals. Whenever a city, municipality, municipal, district, provinces, and islands is declared under quarantine with the Secretary of Agriculture and Natural Resources. Section 21. Disposition of reactors procedure of control regarding dangerous communicable animal disease. Infectious disease or infectious transmittable to human being. Section 22. For positive cases of glanders. Section 23. In case of reactors to brucellosis in cattle. Section 24. In the case of brucellosis reactors in swine. And Section 25, in case of tuberculosis infected. Section 26, the injection of animals with vaccine, serum, virulent blood, and other biological products, as in rinderpest, foot and mouth disease, anthrax, hemorrhagic septicemia, avian pest, and other dangerous communicable diseases. Section 27, prosecution and penalties, and Section 28, repealing provisions and effectiveness. Whether you are operating equipment or working with animals, taking a few precautions and observing safety rules can save your precious time, prevent injury, or even save your life. That is why following the rules and regulation, most especially in farm animals or our domesticated animals, plays a significant role in our society.